Thanks for staying with us. Moving on right into the papers. We're going to start with The Nation. Electoral Act, why senators dropped plot against Buhari. APC-PDP clash over loans. FG targets 21 million jobs in 5 years. 70 traders feared kidnapped on the Kaduna Highway. Residents protest planned demolition of Lagos estate. And 41 major generals among 117 elevated officers. Okay. Which story? 70 traders? Who has that story?
Yes, so bandits yesterday attacked a convoy of vehicles on Birnin-Gwari Kaduna Highway in Kaduna State. I said they abducted a large number of persons. Now, this was a police-guarded convoy of over 20 vehicles conveying traders from the Gwari villages to Kaduna and Kano. So according to the spokesman, Mohammed Jalige, he confirmed the incident ahead of the statement from the command, saying that it happened around 11 a.m. and that some traders were able to escape the attack. One of the eyewitnesses who said that he received a call from, he was trying to call one of the traders who he knew was going to Kano to make supplies, and then a bandit picked up the call and was requesting, though they had not said how much they wanted to collect, but they were saying that they had over 100 of their traders in custody with them. I think investigation is ongoing as we speak, so hopefully the police will be able to do something. But I'm worried that it was a police-guarded convoy. Now, these traders were taken. We didn't hear anything about some of the policemen being, abducted or kidnapped.
All right.
As well.
So for those that were hoping that the Senate would override or veto the president's decision on the Electoral Act, may be disappointed because the governors pulled the last few strings between 9 p.m. Tuesday on to 5 a.m. on Wednesday morning to encourage and to lobby the senators to rescind their decision to veto. And they were able to, it seems as though they are successful. We don't have an official statement from the Senate yet, but they were able to encourage and lobby them not to veto, according to one of the senators who spoke to a Punch correspondent, says that President Buhari is the nation's leader and leader of our party. Even if he is wrong, we cannot allow senators or any group to disgrace him. In this case, the president is not even wrong. He took a decision to the vital interest of the nation's fledgling democracy. We felt it owed it a duty to explain the president's position and ask senators to see key reasons in his position for rejecting the Electoral Act. So that's lobbying, and it's about, we'd like to hear from the governors. It's actually led by the NGF chairman, which is Governor Fayemi of Ekiti State. I would like to hear from him to know exactly what they are, because we've seen the governors pull this kind of strings during the Okonjo-Iweala last time, where she was trying to tell them, let us save money.
And they
said, let us spend it. Governors came in and came with their own lobbying again. Yeah. So let us see, again, what are you doing? Is it the right decision? And I would really like to hear from the governors at this point. Any other story? Yeah, the federal government is targeting to create 21 million jobs in 5 years. So we had the ERGP, which lasted from 2017 till 2020. So the ERGP tenure of 5 years is over. And now there's now a new program, which is going to take 5 years, from 2021 to 2025. It's called the National Development Plan, and the goal is to create 21 million permanent jobs. The president said it's part of the lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in 10 years, which is his plan, and this is just following the next, going to the next level. I would like a full debriefing on how successful ERGP was, because ERGP looked awesome on paper, and we would like the presidents and the people that were in charge of the ERGP to tell us, did ERGP meet all its expected milestones? What were the lessons learned? And is that going to be immersed into ensuring that National Development Plan, the NDP, that is going to start from this year to 2025, will be more effective? We like the plans. Let's execute. That's what we want. Thank you. Moving on quickly now to the Punch. Senate backs down on overriding of Buhari refers bill to constituents. DSS operative kills admission seeker. Suspect released after order from above. Magodo residents protest planned demolition of buildings, barricade gates. Grieving Ondo mother cries out as police slip over alleged killing of man by friends. Oshun suspends teacher for political participation, attacking Oyetola on social media. FG declares Monday, Tuesday, January 3rd as Utah New Year holidays. Army, Navy, NAF gets 91 new generals, others in massive promotions, and 12,547 patients In isolation centers, COVID-19 cases increased by 844%. Wow, that's some figure.
It is.
Okay, let's start with
the figures here. So according to the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, they are saying that 12,547 COVID-19 patients are on admission in isolation and treatment centers across the country. Now, there's a spike from, we had like a downtime where we didn't have a lot of people with the COVID-19 virus, which was around November. They said 4,097 active cases on admission as at November 2021. And right now we have the 12,547 as at December 21, 2021, just a month apart, indicating 206.25% rise in 1 month. They said also we have 13,160 cases of COVID-19, which was recorded between December 1st and December 21st. And, they are also saying that some of the isolation centers are not that full. Some are empty, which means that probably people are not going to the isolation centers to get treated. And they are asking that we must be very careful during this Yuletide period. We must pay attention to everything that's happening around us and follow the non-pharmaceutical procedures.
So many people around me or around, they say, I'm sick. I have Hamatan cough. I just take a step back and say, and my brother is always abusing me because I will say, this is Kuru. This is Kuru. My brother will be saying, I say, you just don't know because people don't go for tests.
For testing.
And I just say, it's Hamatan. My throat is scratching me.
It's a cough.
Let me tell you.
It's the season. It's Hamatan.
Okay. Let's go on a quick break. We'll come back and continue with the other stories. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Another story we'll talk about?
Yes. So a teacher in Masifa Community Grammar School, Masifa Ile, I'm sure I did not call that well, Osun State, Philip Akinyemi, has been suspended for allegedly involved in partisan politics. His letter carried that your comments and postings have shown a great disrespect to the state government and the governor, who is committed to regular payment of salary and wages. Investigation shows that several people have warned you against such provocative and controversial posting, including your colleagues and principal, but you have turned a deaf ear. So this particular teacher is a very vocal person on social media, and based on what he puts online, he's been suspended from being a teacher.
Okay, can I just take one more story? Do you want me to add to it?
Yes, you can.
No, there's nothing to add.
No, that's fine.
So let me just take another story in the Punch about this young job seeker. He went to Uwode Ede in Osun State with some of his colleagues, and the DSS heard there was a problem with the electrician, and the DSS heard that there was, I think they went to go and call their friends in the DSS. They came and started shooting sporadically and killed the guy and arrested
3 of his friends.
3 of his friends, and they took plus the dead body and the 3 friends. The parents now heard, and they went to the DSS. The DSS chased them away. That go. At this time, they didn't know that their son was dead. They now heard that the son was dead, so they went back there. The DSS, they sent their lawyer. The DSS didn't agree. They now petitioned through the police. The DSS got the guy arrested. Bamidele, the guy who shot, arrested. He was released with apparently from orders from above 24 hours later. So the father is crying out that they've not given them the corpse of their son. Right. They haven't been able to sleep, that they should please talk to them. And the DSS spokesperson said she's yet to be briefed. She's yet to be briefed.
Moving on quickly now to Daily Sun. Obasanjo Sultan, ethnic leaders, others list ways to save Nigeria. Umahi inaugurates Ibubiagu in Ebonyi. Why PDP will win 2023 presidency, says Wike. COVID-19 assuming dangerous, harmful dimension, says federal government. Niger Delta clerk tackles Obasanjo over stand on region's oil. CBN withholds Stanbic IBTC's 488 billion naira offer over LDA default. Okay.
So Governor David Umahi, yesterday, that's of Ebonyi State, inaugurated the state chapter of the Southeast Security Network, known as Ibubeagu. This happened at a Pa Ngele or Ruta Township Stadium in Abakaliki. So he said that this is following a call of the people to provide a security outfits that will protect their lives and property. And he's saying that these security outfits, they are supposed to complement the police. While they are going to be under the commander, it doesn't mean that they are not under the police. They are still under the police, and they are not to fight for superiority of who is working best and who is more superior, but they must work hand in hand with the police. And he's saying that the police will be in charge of supervision, tutelage, and monitoring, and he's going to make that outfit very profitable for those people who are seeking to get employment. It will be an envy of people who want to work in the system, because they will start paying them like level grade 12 of any graduate who comes into that outfit will be paid from level 12. And anybody who is not happy with the Ibubeagu security outfit should take the matter to court. But this has come to stay.
So, former president of Nigeria, Obasanjo, the Sultan of Sokoto, Islamic cleric Sheikh Gumi, among other elder statesmen, senior citizens, had a meeting yesterday. And the objective of the meeting was to address the social, political, and economic challenges that we're facing in the country. And their key recommendation, which was provided in the communique, was we need a constitutional review. And I think this is something that has been said over and over. According to them, the 1999 Constitution was described as an oligo military in nature and not representing the collective interests of Nigerians, the social injustice, failed economy, which has led to high prevalence of insecurity and the neglect of oil exploration, communities, and etc. So in a nutshell, they're also agreeing, as elder statesmen, that the 1999 Constitution is not serving the Nigerian people, and there needs to be a constitutional review for us to even start the way forward. Because people keep saying restructuring, but restructuring is part of reviewing the Constitution that puts us together. Yeah. We need to be, everybody must feel that they are part of this entity called Nigeria. So I think they're just repeating what we know, but it's good to hear them say it. Yeah.
So let's talk about what Lament is saying. Okay. Lament is the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, and they're saying that due to the dust being raised from the dust zone. Apparently, there's an area called the dust zone in Chad. It's called Fire Lug. And the dust raised there is going to reduce horizontal visibility. So they are now saying to people that are the pilots, the airline operators, that this would affect them. They should prepare. Also, those driving on the road, the date of the dust being raised on the 21st is going to affect the 21st and 22nd. Another one is being raised by the 22nd that is going to affect people going forward. It's going to affect largely Yobe, Kano, Jigawa, Katsina, Kaduna, Bauchi, Gombe, Zamfara, and other parts of Borno. There'll be very little visibility. Said road travelers too will be affected if you are not seeing PAC. A lot of nasal respiratory issues would happen based on the dust being raised. It's not everything that is sneezing. Anybody sneezing is not kuru. Sometimes it's just the fact that dust has been raised.
All right, moving on quickly now to Vanguard. Let's find a story we've not taken. FG destroys over 1 million doses of AstraZeneca vaccine donated for COVID-19. Police bulldozer withdraw from Agodo Estate as government intervenes. Buhari launches the National Development Plan 2021 to 2025. Social injustice, failed economy, fueling insecurity, says eminent Nigerians. Army, Navy, Air Force promote 233 general equivalents in military. And bandits kidnap over 70 Kano-bound traders, others in Kaduna. All right, so the military actually promoted 233 senior officials. The Nigerian Army Council elevated about 117 officers out of the 41 brigadier generals were promoted to the rank of Major General, while 76 colonels were promoted to brigadier generals, one of which was the NYSC DG was also promoted amongst from the rank of brigadier general to Major General. Congratulations to him.
One of my friends I met in the leadership class was promoted as well to Major General.
Oh, nice. Fantastic. So it went round.
Yeah,
we know one of you good at
So the government has destroyed 1,066,214 doses of AstraZeneca vaccines, and they destroyed that in Abuja yesterday. And they're saying that the vaccines were given from donors. They were expiring, and they're telling us that this is their own way of showing us transparency, that still, look, we're not giving you fake vaccines, we're not giving you expired vaccines, so please go for your vaccines because we will be giving you the right thing.
But I'm sorry, that for me also, why didn't you distribute it? Why didn't you get it out? Because we are already complaining that the international community are almost abandoning Africa in sending vaccines. Now they give us vaccines and they're expiring in our hands.
They don't have enough, maybe they don't have enough people coming forward to take the vaccine.
No, we have that issue.
So what they need, because there's a vaccine
shortage.
Yeah, the people are afraid. There are all these rumors about vaccines. So they need to enlighten what's the word?
Enlighten and sensitize
the
masses so that they can come
everybody
forward.
and say, look, the vaccines are safe.
The vaccines are
taking
here.
my vaccine in public. Don't go and take your vaccine in Dubai.
Secret and
take
come
it
back.
In Nigeria.
In Nigeria,
Okay.
let them see that you are taking a Nigerian vaccine because you are government. You are responsible to the people.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the story we took yesterday, the Magodo residents that had their gates under siege
yesterday now.
They had been wow.
Yeah, I couldn't leave my house.
It was reopened in the afternoon, according to the papers. Was that true? Yeah, okay. So they are saying, we already know the story, but the Lagos State government had said they would allocate 549 plots to these people, but they did not mention any form of properties. You know, the residents came out yesterday and they were saying, they were asking them for the papers from the court, which said they were supposed to come in and take ownership of that property. However, the Lagos State government is saying that they are going to be on top of the case, and they will find a way to, you know, probably give them...
The backstory actually is the fact that the government had actually allocated plots of land for them in Badagry, some of which have accepted. No, some families did.
Okay.
Although I think there were 3 families. 2 families took the Badagry and they accepted it.
Okay.
But they still insisted they wanted the Magodo. And the government is saying they were looking because where they wanted was the wetlands, which you cannot, because it's going to affect the drain coming into other communities. So the government is saying, give us some more time to see what we can do to get those land prepared for you. But it's not by going to private property to disturb people and demolition.
That's the right way to go. You see, we need to... That land was taken from these families.
Yes. 8 years ago.
Yes.
38 years ago.
Yes, and it was taken by the military. This is the way, especially the military government, they will just come, seize your land.
Yeah.
And you can't do anything about it. So most of them were not maybe even compensated at the time.
They were not.
You know, so they felt cheated.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The people in Magodo now are not responsible,
at all.
but they're the ones going to bear the brunt because it's not them.
Yes.
So the government has to work fast.
I think government has to take responsibility for this and solve the problem.
And fast.
You know, it's not the Magodo residents
Taking bulldozers to private property is not the right.
No, because it happened in our own area. You know, the shrine area.
Yeah.
One day, some people they came and they were just putting this thing on all the buildings. They only they say shrine, but they on most of the buildings. So you know that there is a court case in that area.
The court case.
But when people buy houses from those places, don't they do search?
You can't
No, the government is one telling you. They're buying from the
government's land.
Government is land. Yeah, the one buying.
The government
has given you still.
Government owns all land.
I know.
In all the
So
states.
if government has given you, the private person, you built your house based on government, but the person that the government took it from is the issue.
The government is to the person.
All right, we have to go on a break. It's Thursday. Please, let's talk of something interesting and light.
Military government.
Government take over. It's just a lot.
Also,
It's a season, holiday season, people.
Yeah, it's holiday season, girl. We're here for you.
Let's talk about shopping. In fact, we're going to call the...
complain about soldiers, huh?
Please.
Don't sitting on people's property like that.
Okay, we're going to go on a break. I'm going to call in somebody from the mile 12 to come and talk to us on how much...
You can buy tomatoes now.
Yeah, that's our concern. This is right.
Is that one light?
That's my concern. We'll be right back.
Give me all of us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
for staying with us. So there's this issue ongoing in Gombe State, which we thought was quite interesting. If you recall, back in 2013, in Zamfara State, about 8,000 women protested to the government saying that they did not have husbands to marry. And then in something similar, I think about in 2009 also, the same thing happened in Kano State. And I think the governor immediately at the time married 1,000 women because of the same issue of lack of husbands at the time. Now, as of today, people thought it was just an Islamic thing or a northern thing, but recently, a church in Gombe State was complaining and concerned over their unmarried ladies, saying that there were no men. In fact, interestingly, Southwestern men were coming to grab the women in Gombe State, more men, and were coming there and they were taking away all their women. And there was this issue of lack of enough responsible men to get married to. Now, the issue is, and I think which is the reason why I want to talk about it, is reality is we have to be our sisters' keepers. What do you think of the idea of sharing? For those of you who are married today, the North, I would say especially, or anywhere else around the country, do you think is a good suggestion to think of sharing? Especially because, listen, the objective is to sustain the cycle of life. The objective is to ensure that we produce enough hands, especially in Africa, that we need people who are educated to help in development. So what are your thoughts on this issue? Should we begin to think of sharing, especially those of you who are married and who have achieved a certain purpose?
Can I imagine you're saying
No, I'm saying it in the way, listen, there are different ways of sharing.
Okay.
There is, you're married, you have little children, those ones you might not want to share. But you're in your 60s, your kids are in the university, they are grown, in fact, they're probably even getting married already, and they're fine. And you feel fulfilled, you're at a certain point in your life, in your career, and your husband is there, he's still able to perform and have children and have a family. Should you, at that point, be willing to share? I mean, that's a conversation. So if I had an auntie, like a Waike, for example, you know, who is in her 60s and who has a grown woman who is already married and has a child, there's nothing you're looking, you're not going to pay school fees, you're not looking for anything. It's about time to start considering to share. Because if Uncle Theo now says, let me go and find one person from Gombe State.
Is cute.
Yeah, and go and find somebody, one young person or something. Would you be angry? Because listen, man, you got to share. That's really our conversation. Should women be willing? You will not be angry. Okay, please.
Let me help you out. I will not be angry.
Okay.
Because as you get to a certain age, it's not every day.
Yes.
It's the other room
matters. Yes.
So if you go and marry somebody from Gombe State now, at least
that's 1 day off for you, or 2 days off, or 3 days off.
Maybe even 5.
Peace of mind. So you see, her thinking is different from your thinking.
Yeah.
Because you're still young, you're still raising your when you get to a certain age,
the problem is this. Are we not enough in the world?
Your own has a clause.
To be having more children.
To be having more children.
True.
We have overpopulation problem right now in
because
Nigeria.
you have one child. Some people would like to have one.
People like me who are considering the overpopulation of people. That's why we only have one. Some sensible other ones had 2. You know. Then you have the people that have 3, 4, 5. And they just keep having. So have 7. I'm just saying that there's overpopulation. So if the reason for this marriage is more children, then that's where I have a problem.
Okay.
If it is for the other room, please carry go and just the fire they go.
But there are techniques. You finish.
I mean, I'll go to England, for instance. Young children having 2, 3, 4. I'll just be looking at them. Only you one person. You have all these 4 children following you for body. Now, wow.
Baby population, though.
All right, let me come to BC. Your thoughts on this? Should we start sharing?
I don't know about sharing if the partners involved are not willing to share or ready to share. So we know there are some marriages that they already know, some religion that permits.
Yeah.
So you marry, you have the choice of getting up to 4 wives. We know some traditionalists who say, I can't do just one. You already know. So if it's an agreement between the partners that, okay, we have room for more people, that's fine. But if it's not an agreement, and why do I want to be the one to solve the problem of the world? Why do I want to be the one to carry the responsibility of everybody's problem? It's not, I'm not supposed to be put in that space. I'm not supposed to be guilt-tripped to be in that space. For me, I like my small, neat, one man, one woman. And if peradventure we get to a certain age and I'm now needing help, I need somebody to come and help me. I can have a conversation.
Help me do what exactly, please?
Help me do some things now. You know, back in the days, in my place, there's this thing they used to do. I had a friend's stepmom at the time who helped the father to bring her friends into the house.
Yeah,
yes. And they started dating, and then they married 2 of her friends to join her. You know, cultural is allowed. So if I get to that age and I feel, brother, am I still okay for you, or do you need me to support you? Then we can think about that.
It.
But in the interim, if it's the other room that is the problem, there are ways that people have, you know, helped themselves over the years. There are equipment. Yeah, so let's not, except you want to collect somebody's husband.
Okay, you're talking about the women now.
Yes, I'm talking about the women. If you know that there's no husband coming and your problem is the other room, you can help yourself in that regard.
So other room is not the issue.
So leave another person's husband, except you, because of the society, you want to get attached to a man, then we know the problem that we have.
That help that you are saying you can help yourself, I don't agree with it too, because you will still be lonely. Human beings need physical. Why do you think Koro became so unpopular? Because they are saying you can't. I can't sit up here and say, "Hey, Topsy." So there's because human beings actually need that physical contact. Let me just say why I don't agree with that.
Listen, we talk here. We talk about how we can actually see. The idea is helping. Yeah. There's a problem. Yeah. There are lots of women there that would like to have that kind of companion. And I can understand when a 24, 25, or a 30, 40-year-old woman says, I'm not ready to share. I'm asking for a 50-year-old woman who is accomplished, who's gotten everything she wants in life, and she's fulfilled where she is. Should she, therefore, be encouraged? I'd like to hear from 50-year-old women today. Please call us, or men, call us. Let us know. Let us know. If you're 15 and above, please call our number 081-270-53687. 09139076948. Send us messages on YouTube and Facebook. Would you be willing to share your husbands at this time?
So I feel that that's an option. I don't agree that it's the best option, or it's even an option that we should consider. But you have proposed a solution, and I'm sure that some people would agree with it, some would disagree with it. The complications of having another woman in the house and having stepchildren and having to manage the difficulty of raising different children across different age gaps, people whose some children will be giving birth while their new wife, the new wife is also giving birth. Like, there's a lot of drama that would happen that for peace of mind in your old age, if the man, the other room is not as important as the peace of mind you want in that space, not when you have a young wife that is now worrying you. You did not give me money for Pepe, and my children need money for school. That's not your headache at that point in time. So for me, I would consider another kind of solution in terms of the fact that there are communities who are looking for responsible women to marry. There are men who are looking, who want to marry, but don't know how to meet the women. So if Gombe has realized statistically that they have more women who want to marry than men, then the problem is, where are the men who are able to marry? How well have you prepared these women? Because one of the biggest issues when it comes to marriage is financial stability of the person that wants to marry. There might be men in Gombe, but they're not financially stable enough to marry. That might be the issue. So is it that we have women and we have men that are not financially stable, or we have women and we don't even have any men that are ready to marry at all? So we need to now make our women financially strong so that any man, regardless of his financial capabilities, can be imported into Gombe to marry our empowered women and keep the family system within Gombe and increase the population and the strength of Gombe and economic power. Then we are now.
And the men marry.
Let me go.
The bottom line of this matter is
let me go on a break. I'm sure there are women out there who are willing to share. Stay with us.
I'm just hoping a different solution.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing this matter of sharing, and I've opened up our phone lines. You can call us on 08127053687, 09139076948. Also send us messages on YouTube and Facebook. We'll be happy to read your messages. So we're talking earlier before the break that, you know, we're looking to see if 50-year-olds, because abroad now, women are marrying women.
Yeah.
In the name of I am, they're calling themselves what sort of either lesbian or something. You know, there's all these funny new connotations to these things. But the truth is, at the end of the day, it's part of the problem of scarcity of responsible partners in different ways. And Gombe State could adopt what the RCCG adopted in the City of David, when they put together a website. I say, the dating platform. I mean, that solves the problem, where eligible men are there, registers, eligible women register, and then you can have, so they solved the problem. Kano State government solved that problem in 2009. We saw how they did this massive marriage. You know, and we're all wondering what's wrong with these people. Is that what they can do? But we can see that there's a real problem that needs to be addressed. So how else could they have solved this problem? Yeah, and I think I have a caller, but go ahead.
Oh, okay. You know, I mentioned the fact that if we can financially empower the women and bring in men, that's one option from other communities, and say we have married financially empowered women who all of them have handwork, all of them have money. Men that are interested, you will treat them well. You cannot beat them, you cannot maltreat them, you cannot have more than the number of children and all of that, and you regulate the system because you have provided the infrastructure to make them flourish.
Hey, Jesus.
Because we cannot deny the fact that marriage is like, what are we? Some people say, oh, marriage is not an achievement, it's not a clinical. It's an important feeling that everybody, is an important hallmark everybody wants to tick. Many people want to tick.
Companionship.
People want to tick it, and it makes them feel good. So if we can encourage more people and create an environment for more people to do it, it will work. Okay. Also, when there are no family structures to build sustainable environments, build good homes, we have more children out of wedlock who later become criminals in the environment. So the side issues are plenty. So
let me take this call. We're going to be wrapping up soon. Good morning. Are you there?
Morning.
Hello, Jumoke. You're live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Well done. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you.
Go ahead. Would you like to say something?
Okay. I think she was just calling to greet us.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, you know, we took recently where I was saying that even online, some people were saying that most women were not married this period because of their account balance, which showed that they were not doing something that was profitable. They were not making money. And so men are sitting back to say, I can't marry a woman who would be a liability.
But see, when did it become a problem? You know, I don't know, when did it become such an important thing for a woman to have something?
Yes, but
she marries?
Times have changed. Times have changed. Everybody. So it's not just, so what I see now is that a lot of men are sitting down and waiting for the women to be doing the work. Both parties need to work. So as a man, are you ready to marry? What do you have in place? And we should not also, another thing is, because everybody wants to be financially stable, we're not giving time to potentials anymore. So when you bring somebody home and what's this person doing? Which potential? Now potential I would chop. Everybody's in a hurry to have an account balance, have a home, some of us started this marriage without even having all those things, and we built from ground up. So I think there's a mindset that's going round now that if you don't have it put together, there is no point for you to get married. Maybe when we revisit that, we'll see that people will start getting married.
All right, do you have any messages? We're going to be wrapping up soon. I want to take a few messages and then some few calls.
Olaide says, men are generous in giving in that regard. Some men want to be shared, but they don't want to know how to ask, for permission from their wives. Corey Williams said, hey, please help us talk to them, I beg. Are they too against, no, says, givers never lack, they say. Corey Williams says, we have to assist the women in Gombe. They need help.
Lara says, don't worry. That is why there are lots of side chicks, plenty for town.
But interestingly, it's only southwestern men are the ones going to go in there. So you all this, you're in southwest, you're saying you don't have a husband. It's because they're going to Gombe. Because the government is complaining that most of the men are coming to marry them are from southwest.
But it shouldn't matter where you come from.
No, just saying that that's what the government is saying. That they want people within indigenes to marry their people.
They are not serious.
Okay.
You know, we don't need indigenes. As long as you are eligible wherever you come from. Actually, we're talking about one unity, where one Nigeria.
I'm talking about what the article said.
Yes, let's mingle. So if the ladies in Lagos, their eyes are already here, and you can go to Gombe and get a wife, why not?
Okay, let me take a look at what you like. Olusegun, are you there? Olusegun, are you there?
Yes, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You guys are amazing. I've been a fan of your
Thank you.
Your program for a decade.
Wow.
Thank God that I can talk to you this morning. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Your discussion this morning. Presently, I myself lost my job. My wife has that I've been taking care of the family. And I think about it. If nothing doing, what will have happened to the family presently? You know, spending the time I am got back to doing another thing. She has been the one that I've been helping the family. So it is very important for a woman. It is not compulsory, but it's very important for a woman to have something doing. Yeah. In case anything happens to the man, which happens to be the backseat of the family, someone needs to, so that he won't go begging, go outside begging and doing all sorts of things. So that is what I see to it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
I have a message here. Ruth Ebo says, I agree with Tokwe. Old age should be a period of resting and not raising children. I have seen a situation where the son of the first wife had to train and cater for the children of the second wife. Christy says, today everybody needs the other person to bring something to the table.
Yeah.
Corey Williams says, Simona, you way I see so. When you marry your husband, okay, she was talking about you will not want to share. Fiona says, times have changed, Morayo. And people are actually agreeing with the fact that everybody needs to bring something to the table.
Okay. All right, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll move on to the next topic. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. Still in a related story of the fact that women must have something of their own. But where do you draw the line from being, would I say, dishonest or secretive about what you have, especially when you're in a marriage situation? And this came up as a story of a man who recently collapsed when he found out that the house rent he has been paying for years, that the house belongs to his wife. She never mentioned it to him that she owned the house. Obviously, she probably had the house while she was a single woman, doing her thing, having her own thing, and then she wanted a nice house. Digging further into the story, she wanted a house in a certain... so the story we have is that this woman wanted a house in Lekki, right? The man could have... And she owned the house in Lekki. The man was living somewhere else. I don't know the other community where he was living in. So he was ready to get them their start off in the other place where she did not want. She now said, okay, I'll find you a cheaper house in Lekki. So the guy was really excited to find out that, you can get something this cheap. So she was willing to get a discount in Lekki. Of course, it's her house.
Of course.
So, for example, maybe where you were living in, let's find the new community was 800,000 naira. And Lekki was billing you 2.something million naira a year. She now said, okay, I found someone in Lekki for 1 million, 1.2 million naira. Which for the man is like, oh, for real? That's affordable. He now says, okay, let's go to Lekki since you're able to get somewhere cheaper. He did that consistently for 4 years before he then found out that, hey, this house,
my wife's house,
belongs to you. Now, was she solving a problem? Or was she compounding a problem or creating a problem?
I think the man, first of all, should be grateful.
Yeah?
Yes. Let's start from somewhere. Should be grateful that he has a woman who is industrious and prudent. He wanted to stay in Lekki for whatever reason, and he couldn't afford to pay, let's say, for instance, 3 million naira. And then he was able to get it for 1 million. The woman has done something for him, solved that part of the problem for him. Another thing that he should think of is, what if I'm not even aware and I'm not living in the house, I'm struggling to pay somebody else another 3 million, and she's, you know, renting this out and collecting money, I'm not aware. What if she did not come in and give me that form of cushion to help me? That's one. So that gratefulness should be there, first of all, before you get upset, Oga.
Okay, let me pause you.
No, wait. So secondly,
I don't want you to finish the show.
no, I'm not finishing the show. I also know that when a woman meets a responsible man who, you know, is working to ensure that the goal of the family is met, no matter how secretive you want to be, you would relax. You would open your eyes and you would tell him, this is what I have here, this is what I have there. You will plan together. But if you are married to a man who his head is not on his shoulder, it's okay to protect yourself. Probably, we don't know the case. Maybe the man would have squandered the money or sold the house or gotten, or, you know, and she decided to protect herself. So that man, be grateful to your wife. Now that we know that you have this house, how do we now start sharing the money?
Okay, so talk about what are your thoughts on this?
BC just did a perspective. You know, you are coaching someone and you give them a different lens to view the situation and give them a bit of peace of mind.
Yeah.
And it's a coaching tool to help the husband cope, because it will shock anybody. Even a woman, I will be shocked if I find out that my husband owns the house I'm living in and I had no idea.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not the one paying rent, I will be shocked. Talk of now, you are paying rent to your spouse that you are married to for years. You need to probably borrow BC's lens to find some positive spin to such a traumatic experience. That is wickedness. Such a person can kill you. Let's just take the literal Nigerian way of looking at situation. Like, you can kuku kill me, because you can't, for a human being to hold that level of, like, I always try to want to lie small to my husband, but my face will give me like, do you have anybody with you? Anybody at all?
No, but your head is like this.
No, but somewhere you will read it, because this is someone, they say you don't hide your nakedness from someone that will bury you. You are supposed to be open and naked with one person in this whole world. Your husband, your wife, your partner. If the foundation, that trust foundation, is that shattered, then what exactly are we doing?
Okay, Paul, let me pause you for a second, because why? Let me come to you. You know, in a situation where you know the kind of person you are married, he's not very industrious like you have been. You've saved money your whole single life. And are ready for worked hard. Ready for this new guy. He's not as aggressive and assertive and ambitious as you are. So, and he wants to start you from ground zero. But you're like, I have done a bit to come to ground one, for example. So let me start. But I also want you to think to lay back, thinking that my wife has already worked. So I want you to continue the hustle you're hustling from this level. And that's why it's because of that you want him to continue to pay that rent.
Yeah.
Because you don't want him to feel, oh, we have a house in Lekki and we're okay. So in that kind of way, is that enough rationale or reasoning for you not to tell him that that house belongs to you?
Not to me. Not to me. If I meet a man that I feel is not industrious and I feel cannot pull his weight in the marriage, and I will be the only one pulling the weight in the marriage, guess what? I will not marry him. I will move, because that means both of us are not on the same page. A marriage based on deception from the onset is a marriage based doomed to failure. I personally, if I cannot be honest with you in my relationship, whether I marry you or I don't marry you, I don't want to know. Go your way, let me go my way. I don't want to, because, like I said, when you start the marriage from beginning on deception, where are you going?
Well, your mind is not deception. Your mind is protecting yourself and your children.
There is no mind. Which children? There is no mind. Then, just be my donor. Because it's a Kenisho, let me just be a donor. I will look after the children myself. You go your way, I will go my way. People do that.
Yeah.
I want to have kids. I don't want you in my house because you will be spending all my money. So, go your way.
It's not that easy, YK.
No.
We know
it is. See, look.
We know a lot of women.
The thank you. I want to ask you, the thank you that you are expecting the guy to say, on what basis? That you couldn't have said, look, I have a house in Lekki. the only way we can stay in that house is if you pay me the rents.
And discuss it with him.
And I'll give you
And
discount.
you think he will agree to
And
pay her the rent?
I will give you discount.
He will pay.
You think he will
And
agree
then
to
they
pay
go and
her
rent
the
house outside.
No. Why
Then
can't
he will insist he wants the area he can afford.
Exactly.
He wouldn't go to Lekki. He will say, God, let us go, let's go and stay. Let's go somewhere else.
Use your money. When you say,
and you probably
Shebi,
for your job, you cannot move to
Shebi, the
Alagbado.
story is the man that wanted the house in Lekki.
Yes. No, it was...
No.
It was both
the
of
man,
them.
for instance, I'm using Alagbado now. The man had a place, wanted a place in Alagbado where
That
he could afford. But probably the woman's job requires a place in Lekki.
And then she already has the house in Lekki.
Let me tell you something about some of these issues there. When it comes to marriage, people would always have to devise a template that works for them. They will look around and see what they have experienced, what people around them have experienced, and find the best ways to protect themselves. When it's a man that does this kind of thing, we don't shout. Why is it? A lot of men have properties that their wives are not aware of. And they're living okay.
And he's right?
Yes. No!
It's not right.
The society does not crucify them as much as the society crucifies a woman. Who
I will crucify the man.
No, how now? Will you know?
If I marry to a man and I find out that he has property that he didn't tell me,
A lot
me
of
and
men.
him, who will enter the same trouser,
Plenty.
one leg of that trouser,
Most
who will
men
enter that fight.
Let me tell you now.
That fight will not be easy.
Let me tell you now.
What?
Most men have it, whether you know or not. They have it.
Have
they
what?
have houses, they have properties,
Not
they have
not
cars.
the man that me I will be married to, Sha.
You set the template.
You know.
BC, you know what you said.
You know.
You set the template.
That works for you.
That
So
works
I
for
see,
you.
like I had
So why can't I set the template that
a
works for
relative
her?
who married somebody whose head is not on his shoulder. Like when I see the guy, I still see him regularly. I get upset because I will not wish that on my enemy. This guy squanders the wife's money. The house he was supposed to be helping her manage, you know, as a husband that is not doing anything. Okay, I'm building this house. And this woman works back to back, Mondays to Saturdays. To struggle, she will come back from work in the night. She will be the one fetching water to how many story building. The man has been sleeping all day and reading newspaper. What are you saying? And we are upset with her that she's not protecting herself as much as she should. So the house now that she was supposed to build for them so that they stop paying rent after how many years, the man goes there to squander the money.
Excuse me, what did she do with the man?
Thank you, Wike. She should leave
I don't want to know.
She has 3 children.
What is she doing with the man?
Not everybody has. No, listen
children.
now, Wike. Not everybody has the willpower to walk away from a marriage.
Then she has made her bed. Let her lie in it.
Listen, no, she came from a broken home. So in her mindset, she doesn't want to raise her children in a broken home. Anyhow, this man be make we manage her. So you go manage her the best way you can.
You see, that is the problem of Nigeria. That is the problem of Nigeria.
It's not
Listen, when something is not right, it's obviously not right. But make just a patch and go. That is what is happening in Nigeria. That is the country. That is the government. That is everything. Everything in Nigeria is. Listen, manage it. I do not believe if it's not right for me, it's not right for me, and I move.
Because
it's not a matter of strength. Look, that's one that she says she's not paying the rent and she's not fetching the water and she's not and she wants to do it.
Yeah.
That is the bed she has decided to make for herself, and she deserves to lie in it.
The argument is many of our mothers had that same bed and they laid on that bed
confidently.
And they accepted that was the struggle they had to do. Mothers had to struggle. So this woman has made a choice that, you know what, I'd rather go through the struggle and lie on this bed and raise my children. So we can understand, but you can't stop a woman from deciding that kind of decision.
Yeah, we were supposed to give resources to help our audience make a more informed decision. You know, so if you find yourself in that situation, it's not an empowering place to be in. And deception weighs on your mind. It weighs on your soul. It brings sickness and diseases into your body. Facts. Psychologically and even physically. So when you find yourself in a situation, people think that you're patching up the marriage because we want to keep the image. And many of our mothers did it. They had their houses and they were inside the house. They had different wrappers with different level of money tied into different pouch just because they wanted to keep the marriage working. I believe that we need to have honest conversations about everything and be willing to put the table on ground that I would not take anything less than what I want for myself. We must have that sense of identity that this is the standard I want. Wike said it happens across Nigeria. Our government will say, let us give them good water. The water is not good, let them manage the water like that. Cholera will now come. There are many things we manage. The idea of management and trying to patch things cost us a whole lot. It's like a stitch in time saves 9. Right. So for me, in this situation, marriage can still be patched. This particular story we're talking about, it can still be managed where both parties will now lay everything bare. You have been hurt. If you want to make it work, forgive yourselves and then move on it, recreate the new system for your marriage going forward. But I think opportunity, this is a show for you to have a conversation with your husband and your wife.
I think
right now.
at the end of the day, I think it's about conversation.
Yes.
So it's not, don't start out on that line of deceit. That's all. That's the issue.
That's all.
If I tell you straight up that, listen, I had this house in Lekki, but you know what? Let us go to Alagbado because that's what you want to start from. You are considered, that's another option. We'll start together from Alagbado. Me, I'll stay after, but I'll rent it out. That money you are using, we can use to come out. You know, there's a way, but full disclosure.
Thank you. That's the real word.
From the beginning.
Full disclosure from the beginning.
Yeah.
Why are you saying, okay, you'll be paying the rent, I'll be putting this in my account? What if she's using the money to be jolloffing her life?
And you are there.
I know.
And you are there struggling.
It's her money, yes.
No.
It's her money. So now that the man is
our money.
Now that the man is upset, she should collect that one
We
too.
have to wrap up on this, but I mean, we can't because we need to. I must talk to my 12 today to know what's going on. But we have to wrap up on this conversation. Any quick messages so we can jump out?
There are plenty. They've yabbed me here,
Are you for
seriously. But that's fine. That's my view for today, and I stand by it.
Okay, it's all
Thank
good.
you.
Ugochi said she took a wrong route. But if she's saving the money for family, we can forgive her and counsel her. Deception is deception. Call a spade a spade. She did not need to deceive her husband in order to help him. They say YK has finished it, finished this matter. If she can't live in the house or be open and honest with her husband, why stay together?
Okay.
She's truly hurt. She has truly hurt the man.
All right, that's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we're going straight to my 12 to know how much is tomato in the market. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. For Christmas is just a couple of days away, and everybody's shopping. I mean, yesterday I was in traffic for 3 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crazy. Join us on the show to discuss the increment in foodstuff is the chairman of the largest perishable market in West Africa, popularly known as Mile 12, Alhaji Shehu Usman. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, sir.
Alhaji, this is one of your premium times, obviously. See, this is obviously your time where you're selling the most at towards the end of the year like this. So what are the numbers looking at? Like for tomatoes, peppers, foodstuff, yam, rice, the whole world, because everybody's buying all these things in the market. Give us an idea what we're looking at, what the numbers are looking at this year.
Firstly, I have to pray, for being in the mix of women who consistently, cook food at home, and they're journalists. They will throw a lot of questions for me. I pray I get out of from this hot seat successfully. Usually, when it comes to festive period, be it Christmas, be it Salah, or whatever occasions, you have a lot of people come, to go buy markets and to buy tomatoes and food items. Not only from Lagos State, from Benin Republic, some from Ghana, and even neighboring states.
Wow.
So they do come to buy items. But luckily enough for us, we have a lot of items in the market now that people will purchase. A lot of things.
There's no scarcity.
In the market. There's no scarcity.
Oh,
But the prices, some things are coming down, other things are going
we thought tomato
up.
came down,
Yeah,
right?
it came down a bit,
Yeah,
but I don't
yeah.
know between today and tomorrow if there's any. Is it going to
Like
go
the
up,
basket.
or we can still get for
No,
normal prices?
it's not going to go up because things like perishable items, you have no choice
Than to sell them.
than to sell them. If you're in the farm, there's nowhere you can hide them. We don't have where we can keep this in to say we reserve them and okay, let it be. After 4 or 5 days, I'll bring it out. You have to sell it.
Yes.
You have to struggle to get a van from your farm, to the city, from city to where you bring them to sell, like Lagos or any other place you are taking them to. So you have to rush and bring them, or else they perish.
Yeah.
So it's a business like a gamble. That you have to just make sure you bring it in the market. The demands matter a lot. Like now that it's Christmas, virtually everybody is coming to buy. People from abroad, most of them are in this country for this specific period, and they are going to buy. But the issue is, for how long are we going to have these issues of fluctuating of price up and down for as long as the security in the north, stops. Because that is giving us so much concern now. The security is so huge that it's a concern for all of us there. Because if you said you are not in this business, but we are eating, and these farmers are chased from the farm.
Yeah.
These, I would say here, are much, much better than even what you are expecting. There are a lot of farms now that already, things are in the farm, even tomato, some grains are in the farm. But the farmer cannot go to the farm because one idiot is waiting for him to come for kidnap. One idiot is waiting for him to pay ransom for him to get what he has farmed. So a lot of issues. And these are the issues that really need the federal government to really double into it.
Yeah, I know these are issues we'd like to discuss, but because it's festive season, we'll talk about it in January. We'd like to discuss it, but what we want to know is how much is tomato basket? How much is, those are the questions Nigerians would like to really know right now.
Once again, I'll say that I'm
Let's
grateful
just
that
get the price of tomato first.
No, relatively it's cheap. Revealing the prices will not all go well for some people. Some are suppliers. They are taken to either
so you can't give us the prices.
Some are in hotel, and this is a business time. If I mention price now, let's assume
hold you to
ask me to bring tomato at a rate of 10,000 naira, and I'm telling you it's 8,000 naira here or 7,000 naira here. You say, you call the person. So a lot of businesses.
The president said it's 8,000 naira. So I understand.
I wouldn't be price.
You know why I'm asking? Because somebody tried to sell tomato yesterday for 26,000 for a basket.
And because look at
I just tricked the person in asking. I now sent somebody who was 18,000.
Madam, if you come to the market like this, or I meet you as you are now, and you ask me tomato, I will say it's 30,000.
So I wanted to, there are many people who would love to enjoy this festivity. They can't afford it, so they are having to. It's cheaper for them to cook what is in season because whatever it is in season will be cheaper. What would you say is in season right now based on the prices in the markets? What's surplus in this season?
Virtually everything. Virtually all perishable items, all items are now in the season. This is the season. We start season from December, January, February, March, April, May, up to June.
Wow.
Those are the peak seasons.
So you have yam.
So everything is available in the market.
Elijah, I have to ask you about accessibility. I've been to my top only once, and when I was trying to do tiger nuts.
When was that?
That was like 4 years ago. When I started tiger nuts. I can't remember, about 2 or 3 years ago. It's so inaccessible. I mean, then, I don't know how it is now, but getting into the market, and it's very messy. Some of us don't just like going there. We just rather send. I would like to go there to buy, but it just come very messy. There's congestion. The buses are everywhere. What are you doing?
You mentioned just 4 years.
About 4 years ago,
and that's a long time.
Yeah.
I don't see any market better than Mount 12 now.
Oh, really?
Put me anywhere. If you can put it on maybe air, people will get response. It's not me that will respond, but I can tell you categorically that no better market than Mount 12. That's why the father will sell perishable items.
That's changed.
Maybe you witness this probably in the night. You just go around, or any time. There's security. People doesn't sell outside. Nobody park outside. The market is well organized, very well organized now.
You have parking space?
Yeah, there is.
That's my problem, parking space.
There is.
Wow,
Mount 12 has changed completely.
Wow,
tremendously, it has changed.
Wow.
It has changed.
We'll see for
Then goats. At least you can give us price of goats.
No, we don't sell goats in Mount 12.
You don't sell goats in Mount 12, just perishable.
Yes.
He has been able to.
You don't sell Igbo pepper.
They do.
Everything is in Mount 12. Every food items.
Every food item that is perishable, but you don't have meat. That is the proteins that you don't have.
We don't have meat. But we have those butchers, that used to, few of them that will go to abattoir and bring it to Mount 12 for sale.
You will not tell us the price of potato now.
Yeah.
No.
So I want to ask you, there are cases of, one of the things I feel concerned about is this veranda. They call them the middlemen. Once you come, they would rush and meet you like they are going to help you. I will show you where to buy it. And then they use I to add money to everything you are buying. So whenever I go to the market, I don't want anybody helping me to take me anywhere. What would you say for someone who is not used to going to the market, wants to go and explore my tour for the first time? How should they prepare themselves?
Thank you. You see, before I answer that question, if you have an ambition to become the governor of Lagos State or any other place you want to govern, I've been the secretary of the market and I've been the financial secretary, now the chairman. I was able to know things that are wrong in Mount 12 market. At that cadre, I understand what people are saying, I understand what they want. Now, when I came in, these are the first thing I tackle. I make sure people doesn't sell outside, because that's giving us concern between the issue between Lagos State and Mount is because there's always hold up. Now it wasn't. There are a lot of people that smoke Indian hemp. Now we don't allow anybody.
Wow.
We don't allow anybody to. Nobody smokes. There used to be fights, in Mount there used to be fights, clashes.
Yeah.
I make sure. I've been the chairman now for 3.5 years now. That's 3 years precisely now. There has never been any fight between any other person in the market.
Wow.
These people you call baranda, they used to be at the roadside. When they saw a good car, they will follow the person, they will take him to. I make sure I cancel that in the market. It doesn't happen again. Things that are giving us concern, we make sure we eradicate it. Everything is just smooth
So
now.
my 12 is
So
safe.
you're saying there are no touts now roaming around the market?
At all.
Wow. There are many people
I think you guys
testifying here.
I think you guys need to go to Mount 12 and see what we're talking
I
about.
need to go to my 12. Maybe because I was going to send somebody there today. Because I'm like, let me just. But now that you say that it's not as bad, maybe I'll just have to go myself. Instead of sending people there. But it's good to know that.
But I don't think it's a market where you go to buy little things. Now you need to be ready to buy in bulk.
No. It's market for all. There are a lot of people that will come and buy small things because it's very cheap. If you come by yourself, it looks very cheap. You select anything you want. It's not just a market that you see a basket of tomato here. You see, no, it's a market that you see a lot of things you want. Probably what you even intend to buy in the market, when you come, you see a lot of items like salad, you see cucumber, you see churi, a lot of things like that in the market. We have various varieties of items. Tamarind. We have everything in the market.
Wow.
Everything in the market.
Nice. Are you going? Can I give you money to buy some things?
I might go. We'll see if I can go.
People are actually.
You won't tell us the price of ginger.
People are supporting. A lot of comments are saying that Mount is actually neater. Yes, the last time I went there, it has changed. It's so dry and easy to navigate.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's good. Fantastic. That's good testimony. All right, thank you very much, Elijah, for coming. We're happy that my 12 is definitely the place to go to this holiday season to do your Christmas shopping and your New Year shopping.
That way you reduce a lot of the funds that will go to
for those of you that are far away in maybe Lekki or those places, come to Mile 12 for your shopping, and it's cheaper that way. So the prices they put in that place, ordinary banana. I want to buy banana in traffic going to this woman's house. I was like, this banana. I said, don't worry, again I get to the mainland.
I get to my zone. Everything is in my zone. When
I come to mainland, I'll buy it.
All those ones are Lekki prices.
No nonsense prices. Very free. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Let's go on a break now. When we come back, we're so excited. We're about to give away the next raffle draw. 50,000 now is going to one of our viewers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. So for many of our fans, you know it's our Christmas-themed shows this year, and we're having this Christmas, African-themed Christmas. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. African-themed Christmas. So initially we had the set built by Finesse Events. She built this set for us, looking very African. Then we had Super Tongue, who gave us the calabashes and the African, effigies here. And we're dressed like Ellen Johnson Sirleaf of Liberia. We'll be picking different women to dress like them for this Christmas, just to celebrate Christmas a different way. And today we're going to be giving out 50,000 naira to one of our fans. So we've been excited about this. So BC is going to be picked today.
Okay.
Who is going to win the 50,000? And remember, the next caller who calls in is going to get the Ada Small voucher.
I'm sure everybody will be waiting to make the call.
So today
now.
we have Simply Rookie.
Simply Rookie, congratulations.
Well, if I get lucky, I'd honestly love to get gifts for my parents and siblings. Been away from them for a long while, and in reuniting, I really want to get them thoughtful gifts and make them happy when I go back home this December. It's really the least I could do, make them smile. They do a lot for me. Also, I use some of the money to sort my final year bills. Need to pay for this and that, buy this and that, print this and that. It will make me really happy if I get lucky. Now you're lucky.
You are lucky.
Congratulations. We can't wait to send the money to her. You would definitely deserve this. And we have a caller.
That was fast.
Grace from Ilupeju. Whoop, 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 whoop. So you're the winner of the Ada Small gift voucher for 50,000 naira.
Thank God, glory be to God.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
So
I have been trying. It's good never to give up. I have been trying and trying and trying.
I'm so glad.
We're happy for you.
We're happy for you, Grace.
Thank you. I'm so grateful. I'm happy. It will go a long way.
Yes. So Ada Small is at 8
Mariah. God bless you, BC.
God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you, Grace. So Ada Small is at 8 to 10, Hakeem Balogun Street off Latif Jakamde Road near Cadbury. You can go there and give them your name. We'll give you this voucher. Come pick it up as soon as possible because it only lasts till the 31st of December. So you need to go shopping as soon as possible before the voucher expires. Congratulations to you, Grace.
Congratulations,
well done.
Grace.
Now we're looking for one more caller who's going to win our Eleganza coolers. We have these lovely casserole dishes, and they're really, I really like this one.
The green.
This one's really, really nice.
Yeah.
The shape is...
So the next caller is going to win. We got this from Eleganza, and there are 3 sets, the big one, the middle, and the small one. So the next caller will definitely be the winner.
Call away, guys.
So I'm hoping somebody can call in. Whilst we're waiting for that caller, I think we're going to show the clip of how to shop on a budget at Ada Small. Oh, I think we have a caller already. Okay, not yet. So we're going to be showing the clip on how to shop on a budget from Ada Small. I know Tokwe had gone on shopping at Ada Small also.
Yeah.
So we're going to show that clip shortly. And also, we had a fan pick. We had a video of our fan that we went to go and give 50,000 naira to also during the break. So these are all part of the things we're trying to do with the 880,000 naira we got from our fans earlier. I think it was sometime in December. We got this money earlier in the month. So we got the money and we thought it was best for us to share it with our fans instead of keeping the money. So we're going to be showing the clip of one of our fans who got the 50,000 naira and then show Tokwe going for shopping at Ada Small. I think we're going to... To give you. So we got some gifts from Eleganza, gave us some gifts. Now I thought that we should also share with our fans. Thank you very much for being a loyal fan. We appreciate you. Merry Christmas in advance.
So we know that we can't reach out to all our fans, but the few of them that we can call, this is a surprise visit to them. And we're using it as an extension to every other person that we might not be able to see and letting all our fans that have supported us for the past 8 years know that we love them. Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you so much for supporting us. We appreciate all our fans. And Merry Christmas in advance.
So as a small token from the ladies of YourView to you, we're going to give you a small amount of 50,000 naira just to thank you for the work you've done. You watch us on TV every day. Thank you very much for all your support. So you're going to give me your account number. You know this virtual cashless society now. So so we'll definitely send you some. I'll transfer it right away to you.
We're about to be credited with 50,000 naira. Going, gone!
The entire management of your TBC and the crew, YourView crew, I'm really grateful. I'm saying a big thank you. 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 Thank you so much. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. Thank you for coming around. Thank you. I don't know what to say. But God bless YourView. God bless TVC. God bless all the crew. I'm really grateful on behalf of myself and my family. I'm saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Nice. That was such a pleasure, such a pleasure doing that.
It was.
Yeah.
We gave him a few months ago. So people don't have to be begging him for.
I was very touched with Mr. Dan too yesterday when I watched it. Yes. It's a lie. It's a lie. I was so. Tears just came to my eyes. It was really happy. So nice.
So I'm told we have a caller. I think we have Grace. No, is it Grace? No, I have Lillian from Isolo. Are you there, Lillian?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, yeah, winner of the Eleganza casserole dishes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
I've been trying this line for a very long time. I'm a fan of YourView.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Oh, we're so happy. So please call it out. Our producers will be in touch with you to send this to you as soon as possible. We'd like you to use it for the holidays, you know, and send us pictures while you're using it so we know that you used it, you know, for the holidays, okay? Thank you. So that's fantastic, ladies. I'm so happy that we were able to. Now we're going to show how you can shop on a budget at Ada Small. We're going to be showing this clip. We're going to talk about when shopping.
It's that time of the year when we're giving gifts to family and friends, colleagues, business contractors that you've done business with over the years. When it comes to giving, I have 3 things that I always do. 3 key things. Budget, budget, budget. Many of you want to give gifts. You are giving, oh, I'd like to buy this person a one hamper. I want to buy this. I want to buy that. Me, I'll tell you, when you want to give gifts, you have a budget. Each person, I can afford 5,000 naira for you. You are a 50,000 naira category. This is my Oga, 100,000 naira category. When you create budget, you now find a gift that works within that budget. I'm sure you've learned something, right? All right, let's go into what kind of gift you should be giving. Okay? I'm seeing hampers here for 15,000 naira. I've seen another hamper right here for 21,000 naira. Let me carry it. This hamper is 21,000 naira. In here, we have some groceries. So I would look at 21,000 naira and find something else I can give for 21,000 naira. I am talking about duvets. They come in different prices. This is a bedsheet set, 100% cotton for 50,000 naira. If you're looking for that special gift to give to a high-ranking client, and you don't want to just buy a 50,000 naira hamper, I think bed sheets where you sleep, very important. So this is a white 100% cotton bed sheet. You could do bed sheets, you could do duvets. I have someone I would like to give this bed sheet to. It's really, really, when you see good bed sheets, grab it. Because when you sleep, it's important. Then for smaller gift items, you can do your towels and then you get them branded as well. So you do a few towels. And then I move to this side. So here you have the coolers. Look at them. Really nice serving dishes. Really nice, different prices. I'm very price sensitive, so I always check the price of every item. But this is really, really nice. Statement pieces. So I'll be taking 2. I'll take this. And then I'll take this as well. 2 sets. Whoever you're giving this to, this person must be really, really important to you. Like they've brought you lots of good business in the course of the year. You need to show them good appreciation with quality gifts. Enough of all these groceries. So, with all of these ideas I've given you with shopping, you have no reason to be thinking and worrying yourself when it comes to giving gifts in this season. There are several quality gifts you can use to add value to the lives of those who have blessed you in the course of 2021. Give wisely and remember 3 important things: budget, budget, budget. Bye.
Only budget. People that have business. Only business. You know your shop is only business comprised.
I was giving a brief. So I stuck to my brief and I kept it as real to my person as possible. Okay. Because people will feel like because you're budget conscious doesn't mean you should not give gifts, or you don't have to. You give within your level. I have felt a lot of pressure in this season. Everybody's greeting me. Everybody's greeting me. And like, it's, what are we going to do? You know, there are many, as you grow, I realize that I'm getting,
getting
old.
more
people. You're
Yeah.
encountering more people. You're doing business with more people.
When
You're
I was
interacting
telling
with more people.
when I was right now taking stock of all the amount of money I have put together, that I left my account this year, it's just debit, like what is going? And these are people that you have to do something. You cannot say there's nothing. And
my husband was looking at me and saying, you can't say nothing, no. Like, what will you do?
And it doesn't finish. They'll keep coming.
Yeah.
Me, I just dodge away. We know what's not happening. It's not happening. No,
If I'm maxed out, like right now, I'm maxed out. I lock up. You can
I'm
send
totally
100
maxed out.
messages, I won't even reply.
I can't
kill myself
yes, now.
I've tried.
It's really unbelievable.
YK, only God knows how YK is coping.
I guess she gets messages every second.
YK is quiet. I'm sure YK knows what people say. But it's a season many people are in need. And so, to a large extent, I just feel that there should be no sense of entitlement because you have no idea what people that you're asking or you're thinking they are also going through. Like, you have no idea. Somebody has to just reply to me and say, I have 3 huge bills. These are not small ones. So 3 huge bills in the next 2 weeks. And I broke it down for the person so that they can understand why I'm saying no. So I think that if you're in that space where you have to say no, don't ignore messages. I don't ignore. I reply you.
Strangers, I will.
You will ignore.
I have a right to ignore for strangers, people I don't know. Family members, I may explain to you.
That
say, this
we
is why
cannot do.
I'm not doing this at this time. You say no, sir, don't try.
Everybody don't try. So I just have to remind Grace from Ilupeju, please come to pick up your voucher as soon as possible. We'd like you to come by tomorrow, 11 o'clock. And also, I heard you. Also, Lillian would come and pick it up. Also, come and pick up your gift tomorrow by 11 o'clock. That's all we can take on the show. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.